If you're planning to travel today, will the weather cooperate? Let's go ahead and get a check at your Morning News Now weather. Meteorologist Angie Lastman is here now. Angie, good morning.
Good morning, Lindsay. And the answer, if you're on the East Coast, is yes. It looks great from Boston down to Miami. The middle of the country and out west, we could have a couple of trouble spots, places like Kansas City, Dallas, Houston, where we could see some of those stronger storms developing into the afternoon hours, and out west, where over the past few days, they've just been dealing with storm after storm. So we're still going to see that action happening on the West Coast. But let's talk about what's going on in the middle of the country, because we have this system working through that's not only bringing the severe storm potential to folks in the south, but it's also bringing some wintry weather that has prompted some winter weather alerts across much of the northern plains. Snow, heavy rain, as well as some ice accumulations for the northern parts of this system. A little farther to the south, we'll see the potential for severe weather. And here's the bullseye. Where you see that brighter orange, that's where we have the better chance of potentially some isolated tornadoes through the afternoon hours. This is the area that you're really going to want to stay connected weather-wise as we get into the afternoon. Tulsa's included in this. You can see it extends into parts of the Gulf Coast as well as Houston included. 18 million people, and again, the tornado threat is there along with the hail and the strong winds, strong damaging winds at that. How about the ice accumulation and the snowfall? So here's what the snowfall is set to look like. We're still going to have that system continuing to work out of the Rockies here through the day and eventually impacting places like Nebraska and up into Minnesota. You'll notice these snowfall amounts anywhere from 6 to 9 inches. Rainfall, that heavy as well. We'll see the potential for some flash flooding too. Looks like some heavy rain possible for folks in Memphis through the day. And there's that ice accumulation. This is going to make it really rough to travel on the roadways, extending into parts of Michigan and as far south as places like Nebraska and into Kansas. Now, as far as the winter alerts, we've seen the winter weather advisory, the watches, the warnings, those ice storm warnings, and that does include 14 million people, so just be aware of that. That's one storm. Now we got the other storm on the west coast, and that's where we're going to continue to see the heavy rain moving out. Not quite as much as what we dealt with over the weekend, but still anywhere from 5 to 10 inches has already fallen for folks on the west coast. So any added means that we're going to look for mudslides, flooding concerns, and we'll see maybe another inch, 2 inches possible along that California coastline, which of course they need the rain, but just not all at once. It'll stay gusty too, and you can see the rain that they're expecting mostly focused towards central and northern California, and again, maybe a half an inch or an inch here by the time the day is done. How about the East Coast? Things feel like spring on the East Coast. 71 degrees for Nashville later today, 50 degrees in Cleveland, Atlanta at 73 degrees, and mid-60s in Baltimore. And these temperatures aren't going away after today. They stick with us tomorrow and really through the rest of the work week. We'll see temperatures running way above normal, almost 30 degrees above normal in Chicago tomorrow. So it just tells you where we're at, a big temperature swing from what we were dealing with just last week. Buffalo ends up into the mid-50s by Wednesday, Washington, D.C. at 68 degrees, and Raleigh at 71 degrees. And that doesn't look bad either as we get into Thursday and Friday, mid to low 40s. That's pretty good for this time of year.
Yeah, 30 degrees warmer in Chicago. Just incredible. Maybe some of that snow
The shorts will be broken out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Over there, for sure. Angie, thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.